Good morning, this is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess bringing you day 185 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation, where we use female words. This would be July 4th if you're starting at the new year. The Last Unanswered Question. Do you not see that all your misery comes from the strange belief that you are powerless? Being helpless is the cost of sin. Helplessness is sin's condition, the one requirement that it demands to be believed. Only the helpless could believe in it. Enormity has no appeal save to the little, and only those who first believe that they are little could see attraction there. Treachery to the child of God is the defense of those who do not identify with her, and you are for her or against her. Either you love her or attack her, protect her unity, or see her shattered and slain by your attack. No one believes the child of God is powerless, and those who see themselves as helpless must believe that they are not the child of God. What can they be except her enemy? And what can they do but envy her power, and by their envy make themselves afraid of it? These are the dark ones, silent and afraid, alone and not communicating. Fearful, the power of the child of God will strike them dead, and raising up their helplessness against her, they join the army of the powerless to wage their war of vengeance, bitterness and spite on her to make her one with them, because they do not know that they are one with her. They know not whom they hate. They are indeed a sorry army. Each one is likely to attack her sister or turn upon herself as to remember that they thought they had a common cause. Frantic and loud and strong, the dark ones seem to be. Yet they know not their enemy, except they hate her. In hatred they have come together, but have not joined each other. For had they done so, hatred would be impossible. The army of the powerless must be disbanded in the presence of strength. Those who are strong are never treacherous, because they have no need to dream of power and to act out their dream. How would an army act in dreams? Any way at all. It could be seen attacking anyone with anything. Dreams have no reason in them. A flower turns into a poisoned spear, a child becomes a giant, a mouse roars like a lion, and love is turned to hate as easily. This is no army but a madhouse. What seems to be a planned attack is bedlam. The army of the powerless is weak indeed. It has no weapons and it has no enemy. Yes, it can overrun the world and seek an enemy, but it can never find what is not there. Yes, it can dream it found an enemy, but this will shift even as it attacks, so that it runs at once to find another, and never comes to rest in victory. And as it runs, it turns against itself, thinking it caught a glimpse of the great enemy who always eludes its murderous attack by turning into something else. How treacherous does this enemy appear, who changes so it is impossible even to recognize her. Yet hate must have a target. There can be no faith in sin without an enemy. Who that believes in sin would dare believe she has no enemy? Could she admit that no one made her powerless? Reason would surely bid her seek no longer what is not there to find. Yet first, she must be willing to perceive a world where it is not. It is not necessary that she understand how she can see it, nor should she try. For if she focuses on what she cannot understand, she will but emphasize her helplessness, and let sin tell her that her enemy must be herself. But let her only ask herself these questions, which she must decide to have it done for her. Do I desire a world I rule instead of one that rules me? Do I desire a world where I am powerful instead of helpless? Do I desire a world in which I have no enemies and cannot sin? And do I want to see what I denied because it is the truth? You may already have answered the first 3 questions, but not yet the last. For this one still seems fearful and unlike the others, yet reason would assure you they are all the same. We said this year would emphasize the sameness of things that are the same. This final question, which is indeed the last you need decide, still seems to hold a threat the rest have lost for you. And this imagined difference attests to your belief that truth may be the enemy you yet may find. Here, then, would seem to be the last remaining hope of finding sin and not accepting power. Forget not that the choice of sin or truth, helplessness or power, is the choice of whether to attack or heal. For healing comes of power, an attack of helplessness. Whom you attack, you cannot want to heal, and whom you would have healed must be the one you chose to be protected from attack. And what is this decision but the choice whether to see her through the body's eyes or let her be revealed to you through vision? How this decision leads to its effects is not your problem, but what you want to see must be your choice. This is a course in cause and not effect. Consider carefully your answer to the last question you have left unanswered still, and let your reason tell you that it must be answered and is answered in the other three. And then it will be clear to you that, as you look on the effects of sin in any form, all you need do is simply ask yourself, is this what I would see? Do I want this? This is your one decision. This the condition for what occurs. It is irrelevant to how it happens, but not to why. You have control of this. And if you choose to see a world without an enemy in which you are not helpless, the means to see it will be given you. Why is the final question so important? Reason will tell you why. It is the same as the other three, except in time. The others are decisions that can be made and then unmade and made again. But truth is constant and implies a state where vacillations are impossible. You can desire a world you rule that rules you not, and change your mind. You can desire to exchange your helplessness for power, and lose the same desire as a little glint of sin attracts you. And you can want to see a sinless world and let an enemy tempt you to use the body's eyes and change what you desire. In content, all the questions are the same, for each one asks if you are willing to exchange the world of sin for what the Holy Spirit sees, since it is this the world of sin denies. And therefore, those who look on sin are seeing the denial of the real world. Yet, the last question adds the wish for constancy in your desire to see the real world, so the desire becomes the only one you have. By answering the final question, yes, you add sincerity to the decisions you have already made to all the rest, for only then have you renounced the option to change your mind again. When it is this you do not want, the rest are wholly answered. Why do you think you are unsure the others have been answered? Could it be necessary they be asked so often if they had? Until the last decision has been made, the answer is both yes and no. For you have answered yes without perceiving that yes must mean not no. No one decides against her happiness, but she may do so if she does not see she does it. And if she sees her happiness as ever-changing, now this, now that, and now an elusive shadow attached to nothing, she does decide against it. Elusive happiness, or happiness in changing form that shifts with time and place, is an illusion that has no meaning. Happiness must be constant, because it is attained by giving up the wish for the inconstant. Joy cannot be perceived except through constant vision, and constant vision can be given only those who wish for constancy. The power of the child of God's desire remains the proof that she is wrong who sees herself as helpless. Desire what you want, and you will look on it and think it real. No thought but has the power to release or kill, and none can leave the thinker's mind or leave her unaffected. The text readings leading up to this one proclaimed that our conscious mind and the ego have no knowledge of reason whatsoever, and then compared reason to madness, and this one uses pretty solid reasoning to show us how our inconstancy self-sabotages our desire for paradise and our desire for heaven and our desire for peace. And it leaves no wiggle room to wiggle out of it. It's like, hey, all right, so you've come this far in the course and you've been convinced that the reasoning is solid thus far, but you haven't been constant. And you get triggered, you get tempted, things are changeable, you feel blindsided. We get it. But here's the thing, that very inconstancy is sabotaging the results that you want and is allowing you to still be miserable, even though you are making bursts of effort, intervals of doing the right thing that brings the right result that you want. So now the consistency is being addressed. And we shall see how the lesson complements this very nicely also. Lesson 185. I want the peace of God. To say these words is nothing, but to mean these words is everything. If you could but mean them for just an instant, there would be no further sorrow possible for you in any form, in any place or time. Heaven would be completely given back to full awareness, memory of God entirely restored, the resurrection of all creation fully recognized. No one can mean these words and not be healed. She cannot play with dreams, nor think she is herself a dream. She cannot make a hell and think it real. She wants the peace of God, and it is given her. For that is all she wants, and that is all she will receive. Many have said these words, but few indeed have meant them. You have but to look upon the world you see around you and be sure how very few they are. The world would be completely changed should any two agree these words express the only thing they want. Two minds with one intent become so strong that what they will becomes the will of God. For minds can only join in truth. In dreams, no two can share the same intent. To each, the hero of the dream is different, the outcome wanted not the same for both. Loser and gainer merely shift about in changing patterns, as the ratio of gain to loss and loss to gain takes on a different aspect or another form. Yet, compromise alone a dream can bring. Sometimes it takes the form of union, but only the form. The meaning must escape the dream, for compromising is the goal of dreaming. Minds cannot unite in dreams. They merely bargain, and what bargain can give them the peace of God? Illusions come to take her place, and what she means is lost to sleeping minds intent on compromise, each to her gain and to another's loss. To mean you want the peace of God is to renounce all dreams. For no one means these words who wants illusions, and who therefore seeks the means which bring illusions. She has looked on them and found them wanting. Now she seeks to go beyond them, recognizing that another dream would offer nothing more than all the others. Dreams are one to her, and she has learned their only difference is one of form, for one will bring the same despair and misery as do the rest. The mind, which means that all it wants is peace, must join with other minds, for that is how peace is obtained. And when the wish for peace is genuine, the means for finding it is given. In a form each mind that seeks for it in honesty can understand. Whatever form the lesson takes is planned for her in such a way that she cannot mistake it, if her asking is sincere. But if she asks without sincerity, there is no form in which the lesson will meet with acceptance and be truly learned. Let us today devote our practicing to recognizing that we really mean the words we say. We want the peace of God. This is no idle wish. These words do not request another dream be given us. They do not ask for compromise, nor try to make another bargain in the hope that there may yet be one that can succeed where all the rest have failed. To mean these words acknowledges illusions are in vain, requesting the eternal in place of shifting dreams which seem to change in what they offer, but are one in nothingness. Today, devote your practice periods to careful searching of your mind, to find the dreams you cherish still. What do you ask for in your heart? Forget the words you use in making your requests. Consider but what you believe will comfort you and bring you happiness. But be you not dismayed by lingering illusions, for their form is not what matters now. Let not some dreams be more acceptable, reserving shame and secrecy for others. They are one, and being one question should be asked of all of them. Is this what I would have in place of heaven and the peace of God? This is the choice you make. Be not deceived that it is otherwise. No compromise is possible in this. You choose God's peace, or you have asked for dreams, and dreams will come as you requested them. Yet will God's peace come just as certainly and to remain with you forever. It will not be gone with every twist and turning of the road, to reappear unrecognized in forms which shift and change with every step you take. You want the peace of God, and so do all who seem to seek for dreams, for them as well as for yourself. You ask but this when you make this request with deep sincerity, for thus you reach to what they really want, and join your own intent with what they seek above all things, perhaps unknown to them but sure to you. You have been weak at times, uncertain in your purpose, and unsure of what you wanted, where to look for it, and where to turn for help in the attempt. Help has been given you, and would you not avail yourself of it by sharing it? Not one who truly seeks the peace of God can fail to find it, for she merely asks that she deceive herself no longer by denying to herself what is God's will. Who can remain unsatisfied who asks for what she has already? Who could be unanswered who requests an answer which is hers to give? The peace of God is yours. For you was peace created, given you by its creator, and established as her own eternal gift. How can you fail when you but ask for what she wills for you? And how could your request be limited to you alone? No gift of God can be unshared. It is this attribute that sets the gifts of God apart from every dream that ever seemed to take the place of truth. No one can lose, and everyone must gain whenever any gift of God has been requested and received by anyone. God gives but to unite. To take away is meaningless to her, and when it is as meaningless to you, you can be sure you share one will with her, and she with you, and you will also know you share one will with all your sisters whose intent is yours. It is this one intent we seek today, uniting our desires with the need of every heart, the call of every mind, the hope that lies beyond despair, the love attack would hide, the sisterhood that hate has sought to sever, but which still remains as God created it. With help like this beside us, can we fail today as we request the peace of God be given us? Just as the text reading asked us to consider the value of constancy, the lesson asks us to consider the value of sincerity, of really searching within to find where we're still insincere. It is a different kind of inconstancy, where perhaps the first one is a matter of timing, where there are times where we're in alignment with these concepts that are being taught, and times that we are very much out of alignment. And then with the matter of sincerity, there are situations in which we are in alignment with what's being taught, and there are situations in which we are not. So they are perhaps two different kinds of inconsistency, one relating to time and the other relating to the details and circumstances of the dream. And A Course in Miracles is very consistent from the very, very beginning. It wants us to look at whatever comes in the dream, whether it's what we see with our eyes or sense with our other senses. Eyes just represents all the others. And also the thoughts that come into our head, and declare them all meaningless. Therefore, we're not judging. We're not preserving some dreams as preferred above others. We're just declaring all of them as meaningless. Well, there you go. May we find consistency so that we may remove our own self-sabotage and find that more and more the results we get are in fact consistent. And I wish you happy practicing.